Hello, we are Sornia. A delight to be here, a pleasure to be here, and also an honor to be here and have this opportunity to share, have this exchange, to connect with your consciousness, your energetic field, and our energetic field. Can you feel that? Take a moment right now just to feel that this is opened up, right? We've opened up our portal, if you will. We've opened it up. You've opened it up by listening to this. You've given permission. So we want you to take a moment to recognize, how do you feel right now? Just what do you feel when we say hello? We are Sornia. It's a pleasure to be here. Are you feeling this within your physical form in some way? Are you anticipating something? Do you feel a calm? Do you feel an excitement? Or do you feel nothing? Do you see colors or something? Acknowledge your current emotional and physical state right now in this moment. Just acknowledge it. With your eyes closed or open, just acknowledge it. Where you're at right now. What do you sense about you? Make note of it. What do you sense about you? And when you hear the words and you feel the frequency and vibration of our words, how do they touch you? How do they reach you? Can you feel the vibration of the word hello or Sornia? Or it's a pleasure. Where do you feel this in your physical form? Or maybe you feel it in some other way or sense it in some other way. Please take note of that. Now, sitting quietly like this and taking note of where you are right now in this moment is beneficial for you to be able to connect to the higher realms. I guess we use higher realms, but to connect with the other realms surrounding you. They actually, you are part of them, and you are part of the entire experience that you are having in this human form. As we progress through this session today, we would like that you keep your awareness within. You can keep your eyes closed if that helps you. It won't be really a meditation per se, but it'll be an exploration of you. It's time to deepen the awareness in physical form of who you are. So having that opportunity to begin, just notice how the words resonate with your energy system, with you, with all aspects of you. Where does the frequency, which is unseen by your physical eye, but is felt by your physical and non-physical forms, where is it coming from? If you are wearing headsets, you may automatically say, well, it's coming in through my head, but is it? Is it? If you're listening from one of your devices, You may say, well, it's coming from there, but is it? What we're asking you to do is to see, sense, and experience in this session here today the full significance of the words, the frequency of the words. The words are the tip of the iceberg of truth. And we've talked about words and having their meaning. You have many languages in your world. And the words are important. They're very important because they carry a frequency. They carry a vibration. And learning to recognize this is the next chapter, if you will, of what you will be choosing to experience. And you will hopefully, after this session, make note of this and continue this practice all the time so that you become truly the observer, the witness to the experience of your environment. So as we're talking here, we're not really giving deep lessons, but what are we sharing with you? Are we sharing a vibration that feels truthful? When we say, we are Sornia, what does that feel like to you? Not what you think, what does it feel like for you? When we say, you are a sovereign being, let those words communicate their truth to you, for you. Where do you, not so much where, how do you experience these frequencies? When you are going through your day, there's a lot of information that you are hearing, and a lot of information that you are not hearing. And this is a practice that will help increase your ability to understand the communication from us, to enhance your ability to communicate beyond the physical form into the spiritual form, or forms, into the realm of spirit, and to discern what is benevolent and what might not be so good for you to experience. Why, you may ask? Why now? This is kind of interesting, but some of you, I feel, will be on board doing this. Why now? There are many forces. Now, I'm going to pause a moment. The whole time I am speaking to you, I am holding a certain frequency, and it will change. That frequency will change given what I truly want to communicate to you. And as I'm doing that, you become the observer through your entire system, energy system, the physical and the non-physical, to recognize what you are able to recognize. That's why we suggested you keep your eyes closed. it's a, how do we put this? So there's so much out there that your own five senses and even your six senses, because many of you have very heightened six senses. Beyond that, your intuition and such, very heightened, and it's increasing. But it has, in a sense, you're stuck at one level. You're not seeing or sensing or experiencing all that's there. In 5 minutes of your day, even if you are sitting by yourself in a room where there is no one, there is a lot going on. And this is where we want to bring you to that understanding. Another very valuable way in which to practice what we are teaching you here right now is to situate yourself in nature. You don't have to go into the middle of the woods. You can do this in a quiet place in your own neighborhood, which would actually be good, with the intention of recognizing and understanding and receiving as much information and communication from everything. You'll be pleasantly surprised, because initially you'll go out and the things you're familiar with. Say you go out on a sunny day and you'll feel the sun. You'll feel the sun. And have you ever felt the sun's frequency? You have, but have you recognized it? So you'll feel the sun and maybe want to go, oh, what is the frequency of the sun actually giving me? Like knowing that, not just with your thought, not just with that mind, but with all aspects of your being. You put your feet in the ground, and if possible, in the grass, and if not, if the ground is cold or it's wet or damp or snow-covered, you can still do that. It's up to you. What is it communicating to you? If you hear typical, I always hear the birds. What are those birds communicating? You see, animals, the creatures, that's how they communicate. Right? They communicate through frequency and vibration that ends up being sound to you, but there's so much more that they are expressing, all of nature, that you don't hear. Not because you aren't capable, it's because you haven't been given the opportunity to learn how to do it. And this is what is the next, I don't want to say task, but the next experience that you are all wanting to have. So it's actually can be very fun. You sit next to a tree and just what did the tree communicate to you? Pick up a stone. What does the stone communicate to you? Start there on a regular basis. Everything that is in your environment has a frequency and a vibration. Everything. Your chair you sit on. The table that you place your hand on has a frequency and a vibration and memory. Everything that you are looking to understand, as we're saying here, the frequency and vibration, all of it has memory also, as you have memory. So you will be able in this way to communicate without saying a word, without expressing anything verbally, but with the ability to communicate with that frequency and vibration. Then we want to suggest that you take it a step further. You can practice with, even if you live alone and you don't have a lot of community, but you can with people, just have exchanges with people. And when you are talking with people and they are responding, pay attention to what you are saying and your intention. You say good morning to someone. What is the intention of your good morning? You're going to really learn to be mindful with this practice. When you say good morning to someone or hello, do you feel that, or is it casual? How are you sending that information, that frequency, with that word to that other individual? Be mindful and see if you get a response. Do you get a nod? Do you get a smile? What is that smile? What frequency and vibration does that smile send to you? Slow your world down. Be mindful. These are practices that will benefit you in the coming times. Well, it is your language, if you will, of the fifth dimension reality, as you call it, these planes of existence that you belong in. So you're remembering this through these exercises. When you listen to someone that's a stranger, say you are watching a television program or listening to music and someone is singing, this is really what we want you to get to the point where you can hear the messages that are being given to you through the media. So you start off with what's easy, right? You start off with nature. Nature's so not deceptive. Nature will never deceive you with its communication. Any form of nature, that's who nature is. Nature is truth in its purest form. So you begin to understand what truth feels like as a vibration. Now it's going to have a different tone or sense depending on the object, but it will have truth and you will recognize it. And then you go, okay, that's good. When you start to listen to strangers, say speaking on television or acting out roles in some of your favorite programs, or you listen to some of your favorite music and you do this same practice. Now this will be a little bit harder, but you'll begin to hear with your inner ear, right? That inner sense, what is really being communicated. The words have value, but it's the frequency and vibration in which those words are being sent out that you are now capable of sensing. And the importance of this is that you are developing your discernment so that you are able to see what is false, what is a deception, who is deceiving you without judgment. That's their problem. But you are not being pulled into experiences believing that they are of truth when they are meant to misguide you and deter you from actually obtaining the knowledge of the truth of who you really are. Because the truth of who you really are doesn't confuse what truth is. The essence of you knows truth and can see and sense and feel and experience truth and express truth in all circumstances, just like nature, because it is its nature. This next step in your evolution, I guess is the best word, in your ways in which you are forging paths to the world, is important for what's coming up. It's already happening, but they will more than likely be many scenarios thrown out globally and locally and nationally and pretty much everywhere. Scenarios that are full of lies and deceptions and meant to distract. And you want to know where those are, what those are, without judgment, so that you can then begin to focus your attention in another direction. Some of you are already doing this, but now you're going to take it even deeper, and you're going to teach this to others. In order to do this, at this time, it does require that you make a commitment to being more quiet, being more of the listener, spending more time in a state of acceptance and non-judgment. So work on that and put yourself in situations where you can be the observer in public places and see what you can gain for knowledge. I could see some of you sitting in coffee shops or restaurants, some public places such as that, and I guess eavesdropping, but not with the intention of wanting to know somebody's business, but hearing people's words and who are they? What this is you're breaking down the illusion of what you call the matrix. So by being able to use your own natural, innate abilities to discern that have been shrouded from you, and you've been working on all of that. Everything we've been doing with you has been to bring you in that direction. As you do this, you will see the importance of it. You will be able to very quickly recognize, without doubt, a path of truth versus a path of non-truth. Because it will be very important. Because there will be, when we're kind of, excuse me for kind of laughing, because it's almost ridiculous what's going to be thrown, what already has been thrown at you, and what will be thrown at you in the coming times. And you don't want to get swept away into something that will continue to keep you trapped in the falsehoods, a type of fairy tale. Because there will be some individuals with the ability to charm and to sway people with their words because they understand how to manipulate with frequency and vibration. And there will be many holding certain individuals as, you use the word savior or leaders, or these are good people, they want to help us, but they don't. Their intention is other than that. And you will be able to discern. This is that turning point. Not sure, it's already happening, but it will be coming with greater force. Because you see, the dark knows that too many are awakening, knows that you, as humanity, as all of humanity, hasn't fully grasped in the largest numbers possible who they really are. But you're going there. You're not, certainly not where you were before. There are more of you who know who you really are, but you're not fully aware of it for the reasons we've talked about. That's why this is important at this time. Begin with this session and listen to this several times. Can you discern at any moment that I am communicating to you? Am I sending a stronger feeling of something or other or not? Do you feel more compassion? Do you feel something from me through my words and my frequency that you want to understand? Was there something there that maybe left you questioning? Go back and listen to it. This should be a practice for you. We want you to be mindful, but mindful not on the surface. You're going to go very deep with this. It's time. You already have gone very deep with so much, so let's just keep going. It's exciting. Things are looking very interesting for the coming months. We laugh because some of the antics that will occur, some of you already will be shaking your heads going, I know. And that is good. Because of your awareness, you are able to keep those who are close to you in a calmer state, in a state more of empowerment. So hopefully this all makes sense for you. Listen to it a few times. If not, reach out with your questions. Have fun with this, because you will. You'll start to hear things that have always been there, but you'll start to hear them and know you are not going crazy. You are starting to hear everything. Sense. Think more of sense than hear. You're going to start to sense more of what is actually with you all the time, or around you, surround you, in you. It'll be interesting. Maybe you want to keep a little bit of a daily journal also to help you remember as you move along. Okay, that's all we have for you right now. Send us your comments and feedback on this. We're anxious to see how everyone feels with this, what sort of experiences you might have. We love you very much. We are Sornia. Goodbye.